Friends found out I'm biologically female and are treating me different. I'm 16 and identify as male, although I'm biologically female, and very few people know about it since I keep my hair super short and have a completely flat chest. Well, my friend recently decided to prank me by putting something in my backpack and saw the box of pads I kept in there. He asked why I had them and I tried lying, saying that they were for a friend, but they knew I was lying and realized that I wasn't biologically a guy. Ever since then they started referring to me as she or her, and have even called me by the feminine version of my name. IDK how to get them to stop, and I'm not really comfortable with being around them now. What should I do? They haven't. They aren't your friends. If you've told them to stop and they still persist, cut the loose baggage off. What disrespectful humans. Not friends. These people are not your friends if they don't respect you enough to address you by your real name or your identity. They are being really shitty. Either they recognize and respect you, or you find new friends. Also, expect them to have told everyone by now. Firstly, bro, you gotta start learning to accept yourself as yourself. Do not fall in that trap of, see, this is why I hid this fact about myself from them because this would happen, crapola thinking. You are you, and if, as young adults, they wish to approach this situation with disregard and immaturity, then fuck 'em off. It'll suck, but down the crap-filled road of life, you will find friends that will respect you and how you would like to be addressed. Find better friends. Skeptical smiley face. Sorry you have to deal with that. This is the unfortunate and ugly truth of being trans. I'm 35 MTF, 15 plus YRS transition. And once some people know, they will not stop referring to you as your biological adjectives. In my experience, these people are not your friends, and the chances are, they will not stop. I'm not saying they're bad, because I DK them. But this is very common, especially on the MTF side. I've never heard of it happening on the FTM side, so it might pan out different. I wish you the best op. My boyfriend won't tell me if he wore a condom or not. We've been together for a year. Yesterday we had sex while we were both drunk. I, 20 female, asked him, 21 male, if he wore a condom or not because I genuinely don't remember, and he keeps saying, maybe, or, why does it matter? Any other time we always use one. He won't give me a straight-up answer. It's making me really upset and I feel like I can't trust him. Should I break up with him? If he isn't giving you a straight answer, he didn't use one. The answer should always be yes. And if he was too drunk, then the answer needs to be, I can't remember. We should take precautions. This whole playing coy shit isn't cute. And it matters because you could end up bringing a baby into this world. End it with this guy. He doesn't seem to think you need straight answers. This is one of those situations where his lack of a yes means it's definitely a no. The answer is, no, he didn't, simply because he's being cagey about it. If he was drunk and couldn't remember, he'd have said so. Take a Plan B pill and get yourself checked. I won't comment on whether you should break up because I don't know the dynamics of your relationship. But you should at the very least cut him off from sex until he can earn back your trust. Red flag, and maybe take a Plan B. If it was a case of he doesn't remember, he would have said so. So I'm opting for he just didn't wear one. I don't know if it's breakup worthy, but it's definitely a huge red flag. Take the Plan B pill, schedule an STD test, and yes, break up with him. It matters because he put your health at risk. That is a deal breaker. Weird boundary with boyfriend and his kids. My boyfriend and I have been dating almost 2 years, and he and his daughter, she's 11, are going to move into my house with me and my 2 kids. Our relationship is wonderful. We both went through some tough divorces and things are great. Except there's one strange thing. Well, I think it's strange. When he has custody of his daughter, we cannot be sexual in any way when she's asleep or even out of the house at volleyball or on a play date with a friend. She goes to bed, and he and I go to bed, and his rule is absolutely no touching of any sort. Now, it's been working okay since we live in different places, and I respect that he feels weird with his daughter in the house. I worry about him moving in with me, and given that he has custody 50% of the time, that means he and I won't be able to be a couple when she's here. The sad thing is that I'm starting to feel resentment, and wonder why he feels he can't be with me when she's around. He said that when they move in, he won't have that rule, but I don't feel great about that, honestly. Am I being weird? Is he being weird? Is this just something I need to get over? In some ways it feels like she has control over a very adult aspect of our relationship. He won't close the door to our bedroom. Even if I'm changing my clothes, it needs to stay open when she's there. Talk to him first. Secondly, don't blame this on a kid. She's not responsible for this weird-ass behavior and you should know that. Tell your boyfriend you point blank deserve to know and don't back down until you get an answer. Is he okay with being sexual if your kids are with you? If so, that's something else to discuss. That is not normal or healthy. Especially if she's that old and going to be living with you. I'd seek more specifics on how he plans to maintain intimacy when she's there. Question: if you are starting to feel resentment, then why are you going forward with them moving in? You can close the door in your own home, even if she is there. If he is not okay with this, do not let him move in. First, if you want to close the bedroom door in your own house, do it. Second, work on any resentment you have toward the child. That will do more harm to your relationship with the dad than anything. And finally, just sit down and have a good heart-to-heart talk about it. And try to listen as much or more than you speak. I hope you can work it out. Should I remind my girlfriend that she is going to forget my birthday again? I, 24M, have been with my girlfriend, 27F, for 4 years. During this time she has forgotten my birthday twice. Don't really remember how my birthday went in 2020 though, so I am not going to count that one. We love each other a lot and I would say that our relationship is very healthy. Her forgetting my birthday is not out of malice or not caring about my birthday. It's just something she struggles to remember. Usually it's just because she got the date wrong by a couple days. And every time she's forgotten she's always been extremely apologetic and scrambled to make the day special. This year I was pretty confident that she'd remember, as she had mentioned in conversation that my birthday was coming up. However, she has gotten incredibly busy with a recent windfall of work that has come her way and a close friend that has been needing some emotional support over the last few months. In that shuffle I think she has totally forgotten, as she told me that she is planning a weekend trip out to see her friend on the weekend of my birthday. I don't want to stop her from going, as this friend is important to her and has been going through some really hard times, and they have been trying to figure out a time to get together for a while now, with this being her only weekend between work trips that she would be able to make it out to them for the next month or so. I don't care about my birthday all that much, and every time she's forgotten I've waited until just after midnight to poke fun at the fact that she forgot, and then we both have a laugh about it. It does hurt a little when she forgets, but she's always so apologetic and remorseful about missing it and always makes up for it. Honestly, all I want is for her to remember, even if it's just a happy birthday text and a promise that we will do something fun when she gets back. But I think it's fairly likely that she won't remember till she is out there and I tell her the day of, which I know would cause her extreme amounts of guilt and self-loathing. And I'm sure her friend would also be blaming themselves for causing my girlfriend to miss being with me on my birthday. I don't want to guilt trip anyone, and ruining their trip is the last thing I want to happen. But at the same time, I'm hesitant to remind her preemptively, because who wants to feel like they need remind their partner about their birthday? Plus it feels bad to assume she is forgetting without giving her the time leading up to my birthday. What should I do in this situation? She has a calendar on her phone. She can put your birthday in her calendar and have it set to remind her so many days prior. She's going on 3 times? That's fucked up. How hard is it to just put an annual reminder in her phone a week before? It's pretty clear she doesn't give much of a shit about your birthday despite wanting to appear like she does. I think you're better off just making plans and explaining later that you are upset that she booked plans over your birthday. I wouldn't say a word beforehand. You're making up excuses for her and should stop. She hasn't done a thing for your birthday in the time that you've been together. Her apologies are performative. She doesn't feel bad at all. She has not taken steps to prevent repeating these mistakes. Your birthday simply doesn't matter to her. I'd be shocked if this was the only example of your GF's failure to prioritize you and your needs in the relationship. There's no excuse for forgetting a birthday these days when she can add it to the calendar on her phone and set up as many reminders as she needs. Does she remember her friends' birthdays? Don't say a word. Have a party for yourself and your closest friends while she is gone. Maybe you'll find someone who deserves you. Leave the balance up for her to find when she slinks back home. This is a power play on her part. Happy birthday party popper and good luck. Update us please.